past tense. Are you guys feeling comfortable with the present tense? I should ask that first.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the last lesson, that was the second lesson. In the second lesson, we did present tense. So, and I had this little simplified explanation to the top as I do here. Basically, what we're gonna do is just remove our da first to get our verb stem alone. And then, unlike the last time, we only look at the last vowel. So first, let me review the present tense for you guys. So this was the present tense. Ends with a or o, the o that's on the ground. We're gonna attach ayo to it. So if we had this word to sit, anta, take off the da. Then we look at the last vowel. So the last vowel is a. It's not going to be that J at the bottom because that's not a vowel, that's consonant, right? So a. And according to the rules, we must attach ayo if it ends with, or if its last vowel is a or o. So an, ayo, together anjayo. You're going to bring that J sound over, like, going to sound like that. Anjayo. And then if the last vowel is anything else other than that a or o, we're going to attach oil. So this word 만들다 means to make. So take off the da first, get the verb stem, 만들. So if we're looking for the last vowel, it's going to be that right there. Not the L, but the above it. So is not a or o, right? So we need the oil ending. 만들 oil, 만들어요, 만들어요. I'll do standard one too, to eat. So if we take off the da, get our verb stem, the last vowel is what? That o right there. But it's a different o. It's not the one that's on the ground. It's the standing one. So it doesn't count. We still need the oyo ending. 먹, oyo, 먹어요. Like that. So that, I just wanted to review that first because we're going to use that rule a lot in this lesson. So now, past tense is basically the same. So, simplified explanation, remove the da, look at the last vowel, and then choose the correct sentence ending. So, we're going to start with formal. I don't know why everything is super tiny, but as long as you can see it. Anyways, so formal, these are endings we're going to use. as습니다 instead of 아요, 없습니다 instead of 오요, and then 했습니다 instead of 해요. So it's the same exact rules for polite casual form in the present tense. I did a overview down here too. I forgot, but like we just did this one, 먹다, 먹어요. This time we take off, I can rewrite this very better. So we take off the da. The last vowel is o. So before we needed oyo, right? This time we have to add ot plus whatever ending we're gonna do. 없어요, 먹었어요, like that. Or if we're doing, I did say we're doing formal, didn't I? 먹었습니다 in that case. But these are always going to end the same way, which is a great thing. You don't have to think about, what should I put after this? It's always going to end as 습니다. as습니다, 없습니다, 했습니다. Then we have kada here to do the same thing. We took off the da, we got ka. The last vowel is a. Usually we would do ayo, but this time we're doing the past tense ending. So we're doing at this time. And since it's formal, we have the 습니다 ending. 갔습니다. It becomes. And then I have the other politeness levels written out here. This time, polite casual. The rules, same rules apply. You look at the last vowel. If it's a or o, we're doing the at type of ending. If it's polite casual, we're going to do as어요. If it's informal, we're going to do as어. If it's formal, as we saw before, we're going to do as습니다. Look at the last vowel and it's not a or o, we're doing the ot. If it's formal, 없습니다. Casual, 없어요. Informal, 없어. And then same thing for 하다. If it's a 하다 verb, we're going to change it to be 해, like before we had 해요. So this time we're doing the 해 type of ending with a double S. Informal, 했습니다. Casual, 했어요. And informal, 했어. Below, I have a conjugation chart, and I would like you guys to do this. Like, take a second to do this on your own, and then I'm gonna come back and go over it with everybody. It'll be 했어 마시다. That one's all done, but polite casual, we take off the da, and it ends with the e, which is not a or o. So we need the ot ending. So we attach 없어요. 맛이 없어요. Now, like I was saying before, we have two vowels right next to each other. So this time we need to condense it once again. So we have 맛이 없습니다. So it becomes 마셨어요. 마셨습니다. And 마셨어. 살다. So this time, take off the da, ends with the a. So we need the at ending. So we attach as어요, 살았어요. I lived. Formal, 살았습니다. And then informal, we just take the yo off from the polite, and it becomes 살았어. So no change in the meaning, but the feeling has changed because we're changing the politeness level. We have 배우다, to learn. So this time, u is our last vowel, which is not a or o. So once again, we're going to use the ot ending. 없어요. 배우었어요. So when you say it together like that, you can kind of hear 배우었어요. And we're going to keep that contraction. 배웠습니다, like this. Although if you wrote it as 배우었습니다, I won't say it's wrong. But you still have to make sure you contract it because, Korean people, they speak fast, so naturally it's going to sound like 배웠습니다. That 배우었습니다 is a little bit clunky. And informal 배웠어. 보다. So 보 ends with the o, so we need at ending. 보았어요. Comes 봤어요 because we have two vowels next to each other. We need to contract it. 보았습니다. Like this is not incorrect, but like I said, gotta contract it a little bit further. 보았습니다. And how will you know when to contract it? Well, first, you can the first thing that can give it away is, if it's looking strange to you, then you might be thinking, okay, maybe I need to condense this. But that's not always true. But if you do start thinking that, what you can do is just say these two parts fast right next to each other and see if you can get it. Otherwise, you'll learn it through just seeing it a lot. And 봤어. Last, 찾다. Take off the da. Last vowel is a, so we need the at ending. This is casual, so we're going to do as어요, 찾았어요. And then same thing for formal. Last vowel is a, so we need at습니다 since it's formal. 찾았습니다. And from the polite, we're going to do the same thing over here, but we're going to move the yo. 찾았어. I found. 입다, 입었어요. 입었습니다. 입었어. 오다. You probably conjugated, or at least thought about conjugating it like this. 왔어요. That gets contracted down to 왔어요. 왔습니다. And 왔어. 받다. Bad ends with the a, so we do 왔어요. 받았어요. Same thing for this one, but with 습니다. 받았습니다. 받았어. 읽다. Take off the da. Last vowel is e, so that means we need the ot ending, and it's casual, so we're going to do 어요. 읽었어요. Same rules as before. We need the ot. This time we need 습니다 instead. 읽었습니다. And this one we need the same thing, but take off the yo. Wow, I did a lot of verbs. 기다리다. Take off the da. E is the last letter vowel, again. So ot ending. 기다렸어요. 기다렸습니다. 기다렸어. 하다 verb. So het ending this time. het plus 어요. 일했어요. This one's going to be the het ending once again, but with 습니다. 일했습니다. 일했어. 공부했어요. 공부했습니다. 공부했어. Then we have 있다. So last vowel is e once again. So we need ot ending. 있어요. 있었어요. 있었습니다. 있었어요. Or 있었어. Sorry. No yo. And then at the end here I have some example sentences and some sentences that you can translate. I'm going to, in the video that I'll attach to this lesson, I'll have the answers. Alright, so it is a new day when I'm recording this part, but I almost forgot to go through the sentence answers. So here we go. We had an example first. They drank coffee at the cafe yesterday. So the order, however, who first, they, when, yesterday, where did they drink the coffee? At the cafe. What what did they drink at the cafe? They drank coffee. And then our verb to drink goes at the very end. So 그들 means they, and that's going to be our topic. 그들은 어제 카페 커피 마셨어요 casually, or 마셨습니다 if it was formal, or 마셨어 informal. Okay, so we're going to do something similar here. We studied Korean in the lesson today. So our order, we, 우리. Okay. Where did we study Korean today? In the lesson, 수업. What did we study in the lesson today? Korean. 한국어. How did we study Korean in the lesson today? We didn't specify something specific, like we didn't study hard or we didn't study quietly, so we can skip that part. And then to study goes at the end. So 우리 오늘 수업 한국어 공부하다. And then 우리 is our topic. Make sure we mark it. 우리는. And then 공부해요. 공부합니다. 공부해. Another example. 학생은 요즘 집 숙제 많이 했어, or 많이 숙제했어. The students do a lot of homework at home these days. So we have students first. When these days, 요즘. Where do they do a lot of homework? At home. 집. What do they do a lot of at home? 숙제. Homework. How do they do homework at home? They do it a lot. 많이. And then 했어. They do. I guess this is past tense. Maybe this should be present tense. 학생은 요즘 집 숙제 많이 해, or 많이 숙제해. So this part, there's a lot of verbs in Korean that I've been calling 하다 verbs that end with 하다. And a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times, those can be broken up into the noun and then just 하다. So for example, 일, it means a task, and then 하다 means to do. So when we put it together, 일하다, to do your task is to work. There's another one, a little bit simpler. 운동 means an exercise. An exercise like push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, just an exercise. It's a noun. And then 하다, to do an exercise. So what do you think when we put these together, what is the meaning? To exercise, literally. 운동하다, to exercise. So 숙제하다, right here. 숙제 on its own means homework, and then we add it to 하다, and then 숙제하다 means to do homework. So in this sentence, you can see we can either split it up as 숙제 많이 해 or 많이 숙제해. So the second one we're keeping 하다 with 숙제. Okay, next example. The cat ate food last night. So I put the food part in parentheses because sometimes the translation doesn't specify that there's food. Sometimes it just says the cat ate, But in Korean, we have to say like, what did you eat specifically? So that's why I put food in there. 밥. 고양이 is our topic. 고양이는 어제 밥 먹었습니다. Another one. I went to the library. So I am the topic. 저는 도서관 갔어요. And for those of you who have already seen the particles 에, that's where we would put this one. 저는 도서관에 갔어요. If you don't know about 에 yet, don't worry, we'll get to it. Now, our turn again. I went to the library yesterday morning. If you haven't already, go ahead and pause and try this one out for yourself. Don't be afraid to be wrong. Okay, so what we need to do here is first the order. Who went to the library yesterday morning? I did. So, 저 gonna be first. Okay. When did I go to the library yesterday? When did I go to the library? I went yesterday morning. 어제 아침. Okay. So where did I go yesterday morning? The 도서관, the library, right? What did I do at the library yesterday morning? It doesn't say. I didn't do anything there. I just went there. So we don't need to put object or what. We skip it. So how did I go to the library yesterday morning? I don't specify. If I went to the library happily, then I would put that there. But we have nothing, so we skip it. And then to go, that's going to be past tense. Went, 갔다. So I'm the topic. We got to mark it. 저는 어제 아침 도서관 갔다. So 갔다 is dictionary form, right? We have to conjugate. Let's do past tense informal. 갔어. 저는 어제 아침 도서관 갔어, or 갔어요, or 갔습니다. Then we have another one. 저는 어제 아침 공원 빨리 왔어. So I yesterday morning 공원 part 빨리 quickly 왔어. I came. I came to the park quickly yesterday morning. And then we have 에 again, marking the location if you know about location markers. And then this one we had to translate into English. Should have made this more obvious. 우리 아빠는 팡 먹었습니다. 제 아빠는 팡 먹었습니다. So this actually is going to be my dad ate 팡, bread. My dad ate bread. So the reason I have one version with 우리, and one version with 제 is because this is a cultural thing. A lot of times Koreans are going to use 우리 to say my when talking about a family member. So 우리 엄마, my mom, 우리 집, my house. Sometimes it could just be our house, our mom, but a lot of times, even if you're only saying my, like my husband, my wife, obviously it's not everyone's wife. I mean, hopefully not, I don't know. Hopefully it's not everyone's husband, but we're still gonna say 우리 남편, 우리 아내. I like when parents say this to their children too. 우리 아들, 우리 딸, our son, our daughter, or they'll use their name. 우리 송준, 우리 민지. It's kind of a cute thing to me sometimes. 우리 남편, 우리 아내. That's a little bit different, but yes, I just thought it'd be nice to bring that up. There's gonna be quite a few times in the course where I'll bring up cultural stuff like this because I think it's good to know. Culture is very important.